Evening people, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we've got round 2 of P1RC's Gr3 Mustang League for you guys. Not started quali just yet, probably just about to start that now. In the meantime, let me just run through setup and things for this race. So it's 1/4 hour quali. I believe it's a 40-minute race. I could be wrong, I could be lying, it could be 50 minutes. We'll see soon. Tyre wear is on ×2, fuel is on ×4 for this one. This is a team versus team event. Okay, that's the wrong. Why have you sent me the wrong scores? Okay. If not, I found them. Oh, that's better on my eyes as well. I was looking at the N300 Sunday League. And the final scores. Oh, that's changed as well. Alright, okay. Alright, I'll shut up. So, we are in the Ford Mustangs. It is the Gr3 class. So they are a little bit leery. They have been quite stable, actually. I thought they were going to be a little bit more twitchy than they were. Baggy, evening mate, how you doing? Just waiting on Skippy, won't be a minute. Prepare for carnage. Well, it is Big Willow, I was just about to say. We are in the Mustangs at Willow Springs International Raceway, so we're at the Big Willow circuit. And this place, if you can see by the images you've been looking at on screen, is a dust bowl with some tarmac running through it. So any off-track action, in fact that's about the safest place you're going to come off track. There's a wall either side. Anywhere else and you're off into the desert, over that mountain, and away you go. Area 51 for you. So yeah, it is a great big tarmac strip in the middle of the desert. There's a lot of areas to run off. It's a bumpy outfield as well, so there's a lot of hills and lumps and bumps to try and negotiate when trying to get yourself back on track. So you may see 1 or 2 drivers doing pirouettes just trying to get back on circuit. It's not a bad track if you can get it right. The second section is the sort of most tricky. The final turn is a little bit tricky if you're not too sure about it. It does tighten right up at the very end there, and a lot of drivers may run wide. Okay, it's a 30-minute race. You can see how dusty it is and how much runoff they've got to play with. There's an awful lot of sand to negotiate in this Big Willow circuit, in any of the Willow Springs circuits, to be perfectly honest. So it does look like the guys are all leaving the pits to start qualifying, so let's chuck ourselves on track. Stick all the usual nonsense on for you lot. Chuck ourselves on first man out on track. P1 Benny. Doherty just behind him. Going for some drift-o-matic in the big American cars. Benny actually just saving it, trying to keep it on the black stuff. Because getting it on that sand, like I say, is not a pretty sight. So we are in the Gr3 Mustangs. It is a team versus team event, so we've got white, red and blue teams. Obviously depicted by car colour. Leading the way after round 1 is Reg GT for Team White. He is sitting on 21 points. Dylan is also Team White. He's sitting in second. He's on 19 points. P1 Don for Team Red in third with 15 points. P1 Raoul in fourth for Team Blue with 13 points. Dizzy 5th for Team Red. He's got 11 points. Willow 72 also for Team Red. He's got 10 points in 6th. Looking at 7th for Team Blue. He's got 9 points. Go Strong Gaming for Team White. He's also got 9 points. So in 9th we've got P1 Baggy. 7 points. 10th place is P1 Skips. Skipping 4Q for Team Blue. He's on 7 points as well. Team Blue for P1 Benny in 5 points for Benny. Team White in 12th for Valium, 4 points. Bruce Doherty for Team Red in 13th, he's on 3 points. Manny, 14th for Team White, he has got 2 points. And P1 Apache UK for Team Blue at the back of the runnings at the minute with 1 point only. This is only a 4-week league. So let's go and have a look at some lap times and how they've started putting some hot ones in. We've been looking at P1 Benny for far too long. Lewis, evening mate. Let's go P1 whatever's. I'm saying that, it's far too likely to get my channel denied. Evening, how you doing Lewis? So Reg GT then leading the pack at the minute with 1:10.8. So it's only just quicker than P1 Raoul. So he's on 1:10.9. Dylan, he's on 1:11.0. Don for Team Red, 1:11.4. Mocking Weeks in 5th for 1:11.5. Ghost Realm in 6th, 1:12.1. Just coming around that final turn. Valium in 7th. Oh, there we go, off track on that tightening. In the pits, whether he meant to do that or not, but he is in 7th with 1:12.1. Bruce Doherty, 1:12.4. Sitting in 8th, 9th place is Manny on a 1:12.4 as well. Benny, 11th place at the minute, 1:12.5. Baggy in 12th with a 1:12.5. Rear wheel in 13th with 1:21, so not great lap times for rear wheel at the minute, 1:21.4. Oh, he's just put in a 1:11.4, puts him up into 5th. Baggy and Dizzy. Final one out track. He's got a 1:14.3 on there, but he's not counted. So 1:17, that also not counted. So it looks like Dizzy's had a couple of off-track moments. Right, let's just go for a bit of a lap on board with Reg GT. If he doesn't decide to jump pits, I don't think he should, he's got plenty of tyres. So down this start finish straight then. It's a pretty long one, you may see 1 or 2 overtakes down here. You will see all these great big sand pits coming up. So this is it now, you're out of the safe zone, through the left-hander, into this long sweeping right. Can get 2 or 3 cars wide through here if you're brave enough. Long corner this one, almost comes back on itself. Into this awkward little second section. Corners are very, very difficult through here. They're off camber on the way up and off camber on the way through this bit as well. You can see the twists and turns on that circuit as it heads up over that hill, back down the other side. Red GT just sticking a wheel on the sand. Off with his bucket and spade for a second. So out of that awkward little centre section, back onto this long straight. Starts hitting the final turn now. It starts off pretty fast and then you just have to ease the power off as you're coming around, especially into this final sector. Easing off the power into that final turn, as I say, tightens up quite a lot. GT again just dipping 2 wheels on the sand, and that is a circuit. Full lap of Big Willow circuit tonight. GT sticking in a 1:10.9 on that one. Still holds out up front. Dylan still second. He's gone quicker actually, 1:10.8. Raoul was second. He did have a 1:10.9. Yeah, he's still got it. Don fourth. He's put in a 1:11.4. Dizzy 1:11.4 as well. 1:11.4 for rear wheel. 1:11.5 still for Mocking on that lap 2. Ghost Realm trying to run side by side with another driver there. Didn't quite see who that was. Not enough space to run too wide through there. So Ghost Realm going for a little bit of a sandy trip. Just have to watch the tyres for the next few turns. Getting all that grip won't help his grip coming through some of these corners. So Benny in 9th, then 1:11.8. Dukes, evening. How you doing, brother? What are you saying about the trucks, dude? Going Donington Park Sunday, people. Going Donington Park to watch the truck racing on Sunday. Should be epic. Doherty back out the pits in 12th place. Let's see if he can do more than 3 laps on a set of tyres. I commentate over this guy in the Monday Minis League, and I don't know what he does, but he, for some reason, cannot hold on to a set of tyres for pretty much any more than 3 or 4 laps before they're done. So Baggy in 12th, a little bit quicker, 1:12.2. Hounded my P1 Don during this qualifying session. Duco's in. Oh, Baggy going for a bit of an off-road. There we go. Look, parks it on the brow of the hill just to get a good view of someone else coming around the corner. There you go. Let's see how someone else does it. Weeks just getting through there. So P1 Apache UK sitting in 13th, 1:12.4. Manny now at the back of the pack with 1:12.4. So we are still missing Skippy, unless he's doing the old ghost drive again. I did commentate over a race, was it the N300s last Sunday. And there was a driver in the lobby called Tamas. Sorry, not Tamas, what's his name? Cakes, that's right, Cakes. And he was in the lobby, we started quali, and then he wasn't in the lobby. Not for me anyway, he was for everyone else, just not for me. P1 Raoul going quicker than 1:10.8, that puts him up into pole position. 9 thousandths quicker than Winston team, nothing in it between those two. Team Blue and Team White on the front row of the grid. P1 Dylan for Team White in 3rd. Got Team Red in 4th, Team Red in 5th, Team Blue in 6th, Team Red in 7th, Team White in 8th. Not sure actually put in a little purple sector there. Could be a fastest lap of the race if he gets, of the qualifying, if he gets this final turn right. Too bad from Ghost Realm. He's managed to keep up that pace. It's going to be quicker nonetheless. He's in 8th position. He goes up into 5th, not fastest lap. So getting to good positions through that one. So where was he? He was 8th, wasn't he? So Willow 72 is now in 8th. Valium for Team White in 9th. Team Blue in 10th. Team Blue in 11th, Team Red in 12th. There you go, there's just an example of one of those off-road sections. Luke Doherty having to set that car into 4-wheel drive mode to get through there. So Team Red in 12th, Team Red in 13th, and I can't even see what colour that is. Team White, Manny Affec in 14th at the minute. Yeah, difficult to get these cars back on track. You can see Manny really struggling there. It's very bumpy if you run it off track. So P1 Raoul then holding on to pole position at the minute. What's he got this lap? We'll just stick with him. Let's go quicker, but pretty close. So 1:10.857 compared to his fastest, which is 1:10.829. But Dylan's just gone quicker, 1:10.782. So still 3.5 minutes for the rest of these drivers to try and better that. So Team White out front now, then Team Blue in 2nd, Team White in 3rd, Team Red in 4th. Excuse me, I'm drinking coffee before it goes cold. Because I don't do cold coffee. Don't worry about it. Baggy on 12, a bit off-roading. Doherty's on the 112s, he's complaining. Middle sector. Doherty getting punted into oblivion, so that's that lap over. He's going to have to go back to the pits to get car repaired. Damage is on heavy in this one. He's going to be damaged as well, yeah, absolutely ruined the pair of them. Team Red having a coming together in that blind corner. Just have a look at try this left-hander. Most of all see this right-hander. That's where Doug's got it wrong around here, and then Maggie Snails go around the corner, full tilt, kablamo, straight to the side. Sorry mate, I moved it away from my mouth while I was drinking coffee, that's what that was. I'm still drinking coffee by the way. Now I've finished drinking coffee. The mic should be good. So 14 minutes, 1 minute to go. They are just going to see this last lap out. P1 done in the pits. So whether he can get out and get around to do another lap is yet to be seen. Raul putting in purple sectors. Looking like fastest lap. Whether he loses a bit of time through this second and third sector, we'll see. So just coming up to a timing line now. Let's see if it's still purple. No, so losing a lot of time through that middle section. Here's the tricky bit. We have got all sorts of cars off in the gravel. By the look of it, let's go and find one of those. There's Dizzy. Ghost Realm, he's off in the dirt. Got another driver parked up somewhere. Where's that? Who's that? Luke Doherty, he's also off track, parked up. And Manny Affec also. Right, let's have a run through grid order. We are over the 15-minute mark. Dylan holds pole position then. Goes quicker again, 1:10.6. Raul unable to beat that time. He's going to hold second. Dredge GT third. Dizzy in fourth. Ghost Realm in fifth. P1 Don sixth. Going for a bit of off-road in there. Mocking Week seventh. Rear Wheel 72 in eighth. Benny in ninth. Thallium in 10th. Apache in 11th. Luke Doherty 12th. Baggy 13th, and Manny Affec in 14th. Still missing Skippy. Let me just see if I can get myself back on track. He might suddenly appear in the lobby. No Skippy. We've still only got 14 drivers. So we are into the race then. Half an hour endurance round Big Willow. If they can keep it on track. As I say, damage is on heavy, so any contact, as we've seen, between some of the Team Red boys will end up in a trip to the pits. There's a lot of Team White up front. P1 Raul is going to have a job on his hands fending off some of these drivers in the white team. Can't physically see the lights from there, but revs are up. Dylan's going to lead us down the start-finish straight. They're away, a little bit of wheel spin from Raul. He does get a good start though. Dylan also, Raul chucks him straight into slipstream, tries to get down the inside into turn one, unable to do it. So everyone looking clean through turn one so far. Let's just chuck ourselves to the back of the pack. Everyone getting through. Baggy getting bogged down off the start. He's lost the position to Manny. Back up front. Dylan still leading, Raul chasing him down. Reg GT right on Raul's bumper through this centre section. Having to run himself a little bit wide. Compromise, Raul running slow on the way in. Dylan's already pulling a bit of a gap from Raul. So Reg GT in third, also pulling a bit of a gap from Ghost Realm. He's got himself up into fourth position, making up one place off the grid. Dizzy now fifth. Don in sixth, two Team Red drivers harassing Team White driver Ghost Realm. Going for the sandwich tactic through there. Monkey Weeks in 7th, just behind these two. Rear wheels 72, looking to make a bit of a move down the inside, not quite able to get that done. Oh, we've got a driver off, that's Luke Doherty off in the background. That final turn, catching a couple of drivers out. Benny in 9th, then Valium in 10th, Luke Doherty in 12th. That's Wood Camera Angle PlayStation for a change. Manny in 13th, and Baggy still 14th, yet to get that position back off Manny. In the meantime, Reg GT's got himself past Rowell, so it's Team White in positions 1 and 2, Team Blue in position 3. Still all drivers on track. We've got Chaos in the middle sector. Who's that? P1 Apache and Luke Doherty got it all wrong. So Luke's picked up, sorry, P1 Apache's picked up rear end damage. Luke Doherty, he's got away without a scratch. But that's put both of these way off the pace of the pack, almost half a lap down. Getting it wrong through that awkward, I don't even think it's a, we're going to call it a hairpin, it's just a great big knobble in this circuit. Right, back up front, Dylan still leads, Reg GT still hot on his tail. Now losing a bit of time to these guys, he's now 1.1 seconds down for Team Blue. Purple sector though, Dizzy in 4th position. So unfortunately P1 Don's got it wrong somewhere. Ghost Realm Gaming actually losing another position, but he's now separating Diz and Don. Was Don in 5th. Sorry, who's in the same position? It's just it's Ghost Realm Gaming and Dizzy that swap positions. So still some tight racing in this Mustang League. Don's just had to watch his corner through there, just running a little bit wide halfway through that turn. He's had to slam the anchors on, that slowed him down on his fight with Ghost Realm. To put him under a little bit of pressure from Mocking Weeks behind. Rear wheel 72 absolutely bolted onto the back of Mocking Weeks as well. Don trying to get past Ghost Realm, nowhere for him to go through there. Ghost Realm just keeping his car in the middle of that circuit. P1 Don's got to find his way past. So Valium in 9th, trying to close the gap on those 4 drivers in front. P1 Benny 10th. Manny Affec up into 11th and Baggy 12th. Oh, Ghost Realm's got it wrong. Ghost Realm is now down in 12th position. He's got no damage, but he's obviously got that turn completely wrong, chucked himself off track. And now he's only got the 2 damaged drivers behind him, with P1 Apache and Luke Doherty. So it looks like Luke may have caused that incident between himself and P1 Apache. He did hang about and let P1 Apache back through. Apache gained a big old gap from him. In the meantime, Reg GT has managed to get himself past Dylan up into top spot. Keep moving in these positions. Position changes. So 0.3 of a second over Dylan. Rowell's able to catch back up with these 2. Dizzy is not too far off the back either. He's only 1.4 back. Back of sectors. Gap at 1.4. P1 Don now 2.4 seconds back. He's got a bit of pressure from Mocking Week still. Mocking chucking 2 wheels on that sand and settling the car. So half a second, just under half a second down from Don. Getting a toe down this straight towards this final turn. Again, difficult turn, difficult corner to try and make any kind of position up on. Mocking Weeks needs to think about his exit. closing that gap up on P1 Don in front, actually losing a couple of tenths through there, did Mocking Weeks. Rear wheels 72, 1.2 seconds down now. Again losing a bit of time. P1 Valium still trying to close that gap up on those drivers. So already the field spreading out. Valium 8th, Benny in 9th, Manny 10th, Baggy 11th. Gr3 after his off-track action 12th. Apache 13th still. He's nearly 15 seconds off of the back of that pack of Gr3. And then Luke Doherty another almost 7 seconds back in 14th. A lot of work for the drivers at the back to do then to try and close those gaps up. It's going to be almost impossible. These guys will be getting a little bit of a toe off each other. GT starting to pull a bit of a gap out now. He's got almost a second from Dylan. Dylan's obviously had to defend a little bit from Raoul. Dizzy's still within striking distance, only 1.5 seconds back. Raoul getting it a little bit wide there. PlayStation, why all of a sudden on one of the worst tracks on the game you give me some of the best camera angles? So Raoul going for a move on Dylan, just backs out of it before he gets to the corner. This is allowing Dizzy to slowly close that gap up with these two fighting in front. He's got to be careful it doesn't let P1 Reg just disappear down the road. He has already gained over a second. So this is that awkward section. It's this corner here where they get it all wrong because it's got about 3 angles on it, this thing. And if you're not expecting it, it does creep up on you a little bit quick. Keeping it clean through there. Has just allowed Reg to pull out more of a gap. 1.3 seconds now over second place Dylan. Raoul bolted onto his back end as they come around this final turn. Really get a good enough drive out to get the move done before turn 1. He's looking a little bit far back at the minute, is Raoul. Half a second, it was about 0.1, it's now 0.4. It's coming down, but I don't think it's going to be quick enough for turn 1. A little bit too far back for Raoul there. So again, Dizzy still just closing another couple of tenths up. Where have you gone? Mocking Weeks in the pits and back out. So taking on board tyres or getting damage repaired, not too sure. Sitting in 9th now. P1 Benny up into 8th, Valium 7th. Into 6th. So the tyre wear just starting to show up on these racing super softs. So Don in 5th, now 3 seconds back from Dizzy. Not under much threat from rear wheel at the minute. He's got a 2-second gap back to rear wheel. Dizzy is still unable to close that gap up on these drivers in front, keeping the gap about 1.4. And then we jump to the top 3. Reg GT now 1.6 seconds over second place Dylan. Dylan just holding slightly under half a second over Raoul still. It's just allowing Dizzy to slowly close up if you keep it pointing in the right direction. Just another couple of tenths, gains them and then loses them through some of these turns, does Diz. So through the awkward lump. Mustangs do sound good. There between Dylan and Raoul. Tyre wear not too far off each other. Raoul actually doing slightly better on tyre wear than Dylan. So this is where Raoul needs to be bolted to Dylan's rear end. Get a good exit from this final turn, and here it is. So Reg GT comes in the pits. Will Raoul manage to get the move done? Why have you changed camera? No, tries to run side by side. Dylan goes defensive. Nowhere for Raoul to go. I think he had the pace. he just didn't have track position. Now looks to get down the inside into this long sweeping right-hander. Nowhere for him to go through there. These cars are identical on power and weight, so it's all about driving skill and ability. Some really good driving between these top three. I know Reg GT's out of the mix at the minute. He's back out on circuit in 7th place, so yeah, he's just come in for a fresh set of boots and a full tank. And he may look to try and run to the end of the race with that setup. So back up front, Dylan still leads, Raul second, Valium up into third, almost out of fuel for Valium, so he'll have to come in the pits at the end of this lap. Mocking Weeks, more of a tank on, reasonably fresh set of racing soft. He came in a couple of laps ago, so you may see Mocking do a two-stopper. Benny in 5th, yet to stop, holding a little bit of front end damage, doesn't seem to be slowing him down too much. Whether he gets that repaired when he comes in for his pit stop, I don't know. It is in 6th then. So he's coming for a fresh set of racing super softs. GT back up into 6th. Here's second down from Diz. So Diz actually only taking on just over half a tank. So we'll have to stop again later on in the race. That might just benefit Reg GT as he's gone for a full tank. Possibly trying to run to the end. We've got Dizzy and Benny running side by side through that long sweeping right-hander. Dizzy winning out, getting through. Benny's yet to pit. His tyres are wearing out pretty quick. He's running out of fuel as well, so probably see him coming in. Just shows that there, Reg GT on the fresher tyres, just able to slide down the inside through that knobble. Hunt to P1 Dizzy in front. Let's see what's happening with Raul. Still out. He's got himself past Dylan. Again, missed the move. These two yet to stop, both holding enough fuel for another race. Raul actually doing pretty good on fuel. He might be able to squeeze 2 laps out of that. Third after his early stop. Again, not a lot of fuel on board. Dizzy into 4th then. Got Reg GT hot on his tail. So looking like a good battle brewing between those two. P1 Don also back out of it. It's now 2 seconds, 2.1 seconds down from that fight in front. 72, now 10 seconds back. He's come out on just a set of racing softs. He's gone for the slightly harder compound tyre for stint 2. Baggy's gone for another set of super softs in 8th. He's got Valium hot on his tail after he's just been in the pits for a fresh set of boots as well. Ghost Realm 10th, came in a lap or so ago. Racing super softs, half a tank. Okay, so Dylan's in now. Raul's still out. He has gone for another lap then as Raul. Just run through these. Benny 11th then. Manny, he stopped fresh set of racing super softs. Pretty much a full tank. P1 Apache. So, not sure if he's stopped. I don't think he has. If he did, he came in a long time ago, possibly to get his damage repaired after the incident between himself and Luke. Luke's also been in fresh set of racing super softs, 3/4 of a tank. So here's Raul then doing that extra lap. Weeks gets promoted up into 2nd position, but he has gonna make a 2nd stop. So we'll see where that brings him back out on the racetrack. Reg GT, I've missed your move again. He's got himself back past Dizzy, up into 3rd. 4th, P1 Don clawing a couple of tenths back. He's now only 1.7 seconds back from that fight. Dylan also closing that gap up, 1.5 seconds back. He's also gone for a fresh set of boots, pretty much full tank. Okay, so Raul in the pits now. He had a 13-second lead over Mocking Weeks. Mocking Weeks also comes in. Reg GT comes down the start-finish straight now with Dizzy in hot pursuit. Raul not released from the pits. These two come through to take race positions then, first and second. Where's Raul going to come out? So Reg GT back up into top spot, Dizzy second, Don in third, Dylan fourth, Raul comes out in fifth. He's gone for an absolutely full tank. Not sure whether he needed a full tank. He's got it on board anyway. Mocky Weeks in sixth. So his second stop. Looks like he's just gone for fuel as well for Mocky. We will into seventh on those softs. Baggy in eighth. Ghost Realm Gaming. Oh, getting it wrong through turn one. Baggy. Maybe compromised by Ghost Realm. It looks like Ghost Realm running a little bit slow. Oh, and then Baggy running himself off track through the awkward bit. So Ghost Realm Gaming and P1 Valium up into 8th and 9th. Yeah, it did look like Ghost Realm might have caused a little bit of an incident into turn one. He backed off the power, allowed Baggy back on track. And it did look like Baggy just got it all wrong into that great big knobble. So Valium 9th, Baggy back on track in 10th, now way off that fight. He's got Manny in 11th, 3.2 seconds back. Benny in 12th for nearly 4.5 seconds back. Doherty 13th, so nearly 14 seconds back. And then another 5 and a bit seconds back is P1 Apache. Apache is actually parked up at the side of the track. Okay, he's just left the lobby. I wondered why the camera wasn't moving. So unfortunately, P1 Apache dropping out of this one. He did get bundled out at the beginning of the race. Not sure if he's had any other incidents. Reg GT coming under all sorts of pressure from P1 Dizzy. Let's just have a look. So Reg is actually still holding half a tank of fuel. Dizzy will have to come in the pits a lot earlier. Maybe flashing the lights from Diz there to try and put off Reg GT. So from turn one, Don. Yeah, Don's actually closing the gap. It's down to a second between P1 Don, Diz and Reg. So this turning out to be a good battle for first if Don can just close that gap up a little bit. Dylan in fourth, trying to fend off the attacks from Raul. Close that gap up massively actually. Raul is having a good second stint. Did have a late stop, therefore got the fresher tyres compared to the rest of the drivers on track. Only by a lap or two, but it's enough to benefit. Putting in consistent 111s with fresh tyres. Raul putting in consistent 111s and a 110 there. So piling the pressure on Dylan then for that fourth position. Week 6, so a little bit of a race of his own at the minute. 7 seconds out front to Raul. He's got nearly 3 seconds to rear wheel behind him. Rear wheel's also got another 4 seconds back to P1 Valium. So Baggy 9th, back on track. Looks like Ghost Realm, what you've viewed in Ghost Realm. Been off track, pushed yourself down into 10th, losing that position back to Baggy. Also under pressure. Oh, sorry, down into 11th, losing that position to Manny as well. Oh, you just come in the pits. That's the thing. That's why you've done it. You come in the pits. Okay, that's why you've lost positions. All right. I thought you'd spun yourself off track there, Ghost Realm. Benny then in 12th, trying to control the rear end of that Mustang. Doherty in 13th. So although he's struggled pretty much the whole race, he has been complaining that he hates this track. I mean, it's not my favourite. We've got to stick it out, and he has done. So 9.5 minutes remaining. Reg GT still leading the way. He's managed to pull a bit of a gap from Diz. Diz comes in the pits now then due to lack of fuel. That releases P1 Don. He will be in next lap anyway. Reg GT still got plenty of fuel on board. I don't think he'll be able to make the full 9 minutes. might have to do a little bit of fuel saving or a splash and dash at the end, but he's got the advantage at the minute. More fuel on board than P1 Don. His tyres are in better condition as well. Promotes Raoul up into third. He's got himself past Dylan. So Mocking Weeks back up into fifth. Rear wheel sixth. Dizzy back out of the pits in seventh. Fresh set of super softs. Just over half a tank. That should last him the rest of the race. Valium 8th. Gr3 getting himself back at 1 or 2 drivers, back up into 9th. Benny also doing the same. He's up into 10th. Manny 11th. Baggy, he's got 7 seconds almost either side of him in 12th. Luke Doherty rolling around at the back in 13th. But yeah, good to see Luke sticking it out. So Don is in the pits now then. He's dropping positions left, right and centre. Reg GT has got a 5.2 second lead over Raoul. Raoul got all the fuel on board he could possibly want. Reg GT might want to think about saving a little bit. I still think he's going to have to come in the pits. So Raoul on the pretty fresh set of racing soft has not managed to drop the attacks of P1 Dylan. Still only half a second back. Any mistake from Raoul and Dylan will snap that up. Thank you very much. Second place. Losing a bit of time through that knobbly, tight, wiggly section. So Dizzy back up into fourth. A long way off those drivers in front. 10.3 seconds. Rear wheel in fifth. He's only 1.7 down from Diz. Again, I don't think he's got enough fuel to go the entire race distance. Valium up into sixth. Slowly working his way up the field. Valium. Don 7th after his last stop. He's battling it out with Mocking Weeks though. These two drivers in very similar position, tyre and fuel. Yes, I was going to say, did P1 Don manage to keep it on track? I just saw a big dust bowl get kicked up. Yes, he did, but he's still under pressure from Mocking for that 7th place. Gr3 gaming in 9th. 13.5 seconds off of Mocking Weeks though. He's got a bit of a gap behind him as well. 3.7 seconds to Benny. Benny's got just over 1.5 seconds to Manny behind. Oh, Manny just able to keep it on track. Yeah, it's not the best first turn. Back in 12th still, a little far back from Manny. 4.7 seconds, and Luke Doherty still rolling around at the back. Right, so Reg GT into the pits. That releases Dylan and Raoul. Reg GT back out of the pits now. Fresh set of racing super softs, half a tank. That should last him to the end. He's back out in 3rd position. He's got now 4.9 seconds to try and close up on Dylan and another 1.7 on Raoul. So what's that in total? 6.4 seconds he's got to try and make up in 5 minutes 20 seconds. He's on a brand new set of super softs, so that should benefit him a little bit. Dylan's tyres are looking a little bit worn out now. You can see the gap between himself and Raoul. Raoul's managed to pull 1.8 seconds from him. So Reg GT is closing that gap down to 5.9. It was 6.2. Keep it on the black stuff, Reg. And Dizzy still 4th. He's a little off the pace to be thinking about making any moves. He's just got to keep himself pointing in the right direction and should secure that 4th place over rear wheel. So Valium 6th. P1 Don is on a charge after his late stop. He's now 0.8 of a second back from Valium. Almost dropped Mocking Weeks, about a second. Got dust being kicked up, everyone actually keeping it on track. Some of those drivers just sticking 2 wheels on the sand as they come through there. Who's that? Willow 72 coming back out of the pits. So he's gone for fuel only as rear wheel. He's gone for a little quarter of a tank just to get him through. I possibly would have put tyres on as well, mate. Give yourself a fighting chance against these drivers in front. Right, out front, Raoul, 2.7 seconds over Dylan. Pulling a bit more time over Dylan then. Reg GT pulling more time back, 3.1 seconds the gap between himself and Dylan. He's got 3.5 minutes. I don't think he's going to be able to close those gaps up fast enough. He might possibly stand a chance against Dylan, but I think Raoul's just a little bit too far down the road. Starting to develop. P1 Don getting himself past Valium then, so he takes 5th. Valium 6th. Both drivers, that's where the dust is getting kicked up. Just the drivers running slightly wide on that turn. Very lucky they're not chucking it around in circles doing that. So Mocking Wheat still bolted onto the back end of these two. He's just looking for a little mistake from any of these. He's got a pretty decent set of super softs on. So rear wheel 8th. After his late stop, just coming in for fuel. Ghost Realm in 9th. Benny 10th. Manny in 12th. Sorry, Manny 11th. Baggy in 12th. Hunting him down for that position come the end of this race. 2 minutes 20 left to go. Luke Doherty just being overtaken by Raoul then. Again, kicking a bit of dust. So Raoul extending 2.4. Dylan in second, now 2.2 seconds between himself and Reg GT. There's 2 minutes left on the clock. It's going to end up being across the line between these pair, I can see it. So who's that? Rear wheel 72's got himself past Valium. Valium, get yourself back on track. That's that final turn. So he's going to lose a lot of speed down this start-finish straight while he gets himself back on track. That's going to allow Ghost Realm Gaming to have a bit of an attack on him. I don't think Valium's carrying anywhere near enough speed to defend him. He might be far enough down the track just to hold on to this 8th place from Ghost Realm. He is through that first turn. Holds on to 8th in front of Valium. Sorry, in front of Ghost Realm. Almost out of fuel. But I hope this is last lap. Raoul still holding 2.7 seconds over Dylan then out front. Reg GT closed that gap down to 1.6. So it's on then. I think these boys will see another lap as they come around this final turn. A minute left on the clock. Reg GT gap down to 1.2. Raoul not extending too much, still 2.7, 2.6. Reg GT 4 seconds off a race leader. So Dylan's got to navigate his way past back marker Luke Doherty. Reg GT has closed that gap right up now, half a second between these two. Luke Doherty getting him right out of the way, allowing these two to battle it out. Purple sectors from Reg GT as well. 25 seconds, this is going to become final lap. I'm going to have to keep on board with these two. Raoul extended 3.5 seconds. Dylan second, just 0.3 of a second over Reg GT. Onto one of the longest straights now. Can Reg GT get enough of a drive out of the turn to make a move on Dylan? Closing up another purple sector from Reg GT. Through this final turn, he's got to hold it tight to try and get the benefit through the final turn. Looking like Dylan might hold on to this one. Reg GT's got to hope and pray he gets the run of his life out of this turn. It's going to be it's literally going to be to the line. I'm not even looking. Dylan took it. So Raoul taking the win. Dylan just holding on to second spot. P1 Reg GT taking third. Dizzy taking fourth. Great big handbrake across the line from him. Don taking fifth. Mocking Weeks taking 6th. Rear wheel, out of fuel, rear wheel. Oh, he might lose a position. Who's this? Ghost Realm Gaming coming down the start, finish straight. Absolute Mac getting it on, back on track. He's going to take 7th. handbrakes across the line to take that position. Rear wheel losing time, losing positions there on that start-finish straight, final lap. Another driver off track in the background, so rear wheel takes 8th, Benny takes 9th, Baggy comes home to take 10th. Valium also ran out of fuel. Oh, such a shame. Valium takes 11th. Manny's going to come home in 12th, also out of fuel, and Luke Doherty has finished already. Valium across the line. And yeah, poor old Manny. Another driver run himself out of fuel, so that's 3 of those guys not quite getting their strategies right. Chris, evening, how you doing? Aaron, how you doing, mate? There we go, Manny just struggling to get across the line with the fumes he's got on board. Smashed the hell out of that front left as well. Champ is back next week, yeah, we'll see. We've still got the German, we've got the bionic German still. Alright. Nice little handbrake across the line from Manny just to finish us off. So that was round 2 of P1RC's Gr3 Mustang Thursday League. It's been a good season so far. Only 4 rounds. That was the second round you've watched tonight. We've got 2 more left. And that will be it for a while on the Thursdays. We've got the GTTCC coming up 4th of September. There's a lot of interest in that. Only one champ around. Yeah. Right, what we got coming up? I forget what day it is. Thursday. Nothing on tomorrow. Yes, day off. Nothing on Saturday. Monday, 8:30. Back with the minis. No, I forgot Sunday. Let's not forget Sunday. We've got the N300 leagues. That's the P1 boys again. How can I forget that? So yes, 9 o'clock Sunday, the N300 League with the P1 boys. That's turned out to be pretty good. That's also team versus team event. We've got Team Skippy, Team Valium and Team Luke driving for that one. It's all the 90s classics that you used to have on your bedroom wall as a kid. Reg GT, the man himself, he set that one up. It's been a good league so far. So that's 9 o'clock on Sunday. And then Monday night, 8:30, we've got Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. That's always a good blast as well, so come and check that out. 8:30 Monday. 8:30 on Wednesday, we've got the Team versus Team Gr3 event. Again, really good feedback on that one. All drivers seem to be enjoying it. It's a good season this season. We may see some changes in the minis. We'll wait and see. I'll give you confirmation on that one as and when I know. But we did go to a bit of a vote the other day. I'm not going to say what and why and who and what, but yep, there may be some changes coming up. And then yes, back next Thursday for round 3 of this. So Sunday night 9 o'clock, P1 and 300 League. Monday 8:30 for the Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. 8:30 Wednesday for the Gr3 Team versus Team event. 9 o'clock Thursday for round 3 of this. I forget which track it is next. I forget which it is. I know they're quite big, wide open tracks. I know Baggy's chosen those tracks specifically to make some good racing, and it has turned out to be working quite well. Glad you like that, Chris. Other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for tonight. I hope you've liked what you've watched. You know what's coming up. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Darksmoka. I'm out of here.